at this point, our Chaos Necromancer is really menacing. Now we can even get the Magical Merchant. And I do have Scapegoat though. So we mill and mill and mill. And our Chaos Necromancer gets to 5,100 attack. So we are in a pretty good spot. Hi, my name is Janis. I'm from Germany, love Edison Format, and today we're going to play Deck Doctor. So we got a submission from Mailpan153, who sent me his Dark Banish deck list. So yeah, the main idea is Veil of Darkness, Magical Merchant, we mill a bunch, and then from the graveyards we can use stuff like Dark Necrophere, Rainbow Dark Dragon, Dark Nephthys. Then also if you mill a bunch, Chaos Necromancer can be an interesting tech. And yeah, Skull Lair to banish even more, Doomsday Horror to put all the banished cards back and do it all over again. And so yeah, I had a look at the list and I immediately saw one problem that this list has. Do you know it? Pause, think about it. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw it immediately as well, but this deck is floodgated by like Skill Drain, by Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, Royal Oppression, Vanity's Fiends, and we don't really have anything to get rid of these floodgates, like Snipe Hunter, but if Snipe Hunter is under Skill Drain, under Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, that's not working out. So yeah, floodgates should be a big problem, but I took the original list and and yeah, had some duels, like 2 duels to be exact, and let's see how they were going. So we opened up Merchant, Veil of Darkness, so we are hoping for a big mill. I set it Merchant. I could have also activated Veil of Darkness, not quite sure why I didn't, and now we're going to mill. So, big mill, Grapha, Fader, Pitch, Black Wolf, Moor, Necro, Gardener, the first good mill into the graveyard. Yeah, that's it. Now we get a Veil of Darkness, and we have a bunch of darks in the graveyard. The problem is, we don't really have any cards to make use of it yet. And in the graveyard, the only card that we really want there is the Necro Gardener. Like, filling up our graveyard with darks is good. But yeah, so we set the next Magical Merchant. Dig in for 200. Okay, now I can turn me bigger again. And yeah, activate 1 Veil of Darkness, which gets MST'd immediately. But our opponent, I don't know. They seem to be bricked pretty hard. Now I decided to get rid of the back row first, which is a Heavy Storm, because now we have the Rainbow Dark Dragon. And I will miss, I think I'm misplaying, yeah. Okay, so we banish 5 to get the Rainbow Dark Dragon. Now we mill this Magical Merchant. And yeah, this is a big mill. And now we can use the effect of Rainbow Dark Dragon to banish all other darks and have this card gain 500 attack. Unfortunately, I wasn't like typical Yu-Gi-Oh player behavior. I wasn't reading the cards well enough because I thought we just banished from the graveyard. So I was going for stuff like this, and then I was like, yeah, let's make a synchro. Also, I wasn't aware that we don't have, how's it called? I think I realized by the time that I had Plague Spreader on field. Maybe I realized even before. I think the problem was that I wasn't aware that we only have level 8, yeah, we can't see here, level 8 Dark Synchros. Like, we really needed something else, like, for example, a Starter String, but we're not on a Starter String, so yeah. So now we activate the Dark Rainbow Dragon, banish everything, and I don't even remember how much attack this is. It's 12,500, so yeah. If they don't have a battle fader, that's just GG. But one gotta say, our opponent, yeah, they activated one Heavy Storm, set one MST. Oh, no. The Heavy Storm was set as a fake back row, right? And we destroyed it with the Snipe Hunter. So yeah, our opponent, they probably were super bricked. I don't even know at this point what they were playing. So now they said something. And I decided to go for the pitch black Warwolf. And they revealed to be on a Reptilian deck, which is, you can see the effect, yeah. Really interesting. I haven't seen that too much. So now what is happening? Okay, it must have been a mistake from their part. They attack as... Wait, I just realized. Let's do this. Yeah, they were a bit cheeky. I had to answer the phone and was like away for like 20 seconds. They will hit me with the well done. I don't know. Sure. Okay, Snipe Hunter hits. And does it hit again? I think it doesn't. If I remember correctly, yes, I do. So here I'm thinking if I want to get any more cards to graveyard, like getting Krabbins to graveyard would then, if they destroy Snipe Hunter, I could go for Dark Creator, but I decided to hold on to my resources for a bit. They set another one. Here I decide to go for the Gojo Guardian, and I believe I am going to make a mistake here. Like, I shouldn't have activated the Gojo Guardian. Like, having this doesn't do anything for me, and if they run it over, or yeah, if they destroy it, it doesn't even have to be destroyed by battle. They get a search again. So here they drop Evil Dragon and Enter. Also a card that I think is pretty good and might be underrated. And now they can even use our card to get out the Vasky. So yeah, this Gojo was a mistake. They hit us and we are dropping kinda low. But they made a small mistake. They shouldn't have used Vasky. Maybe. Because now the Evil Dragon and Enter, it's mandatory that you destroy something. Here you can read. So yeah. We do have the Dark Creator and we can get back a big one. And now we are hitting them. What is Alien Brain even doing? Okay, yeah. A counters. Okay, no, it's not even working with A counters, so it's just... Okay, I think this card is kinda interesting, isn't it? Stealing an opponent's monster only for hitting over something and permanently stealing it? Ah, okay, it only works with Reptile. I missed that part. Okay, yeah, really good card if you're playing a Reptile deck. Yeah, here I decided because Vasky can't be special summoned from grave, this one can't. So yeah, they don't really have that good summons with the Dark Creator, so I decided to get rid of the Vasky. They get this one, and I think, yeah, they have another Vasky, and this should be GG, yes. Okay, so we lose the second game. What about the third? We open up this time with the, Vayu combo. And we can get both into grave, get another Vayu. So we have follow-up. And then we even tribute the Dark Grapher for Jinzo. So any traps that they might have, are useless for now. Now we even have the Snipe Hunter. And destroy the set monster, hopefully. Yes, we do. And now we are going in aggressively. As they just... No, they don't surrender. I don't know what happened there. Why they lost 8,000. Now they get the Snipe Hunter from us. Are they lucky? Are they lucky? Yes, they are. Getting rid of our Jinso, hitting us with this Oshelion, and yeah, you can read. And our Snipe Hunter, and now they have to give it back to us. They did not have a conversion. So here I decided to get the newly set back row because I was kinda, yeah, doubting this one because they set it under Jinso, so I was like, maybe it's the MST. And went for Gojo Guardian here. Also went for a Vayu play. And basically hoping that this is not Mirror Force, which it isn't. And yeah, at this point, the game is completely simplified, but we should have the advantage. They do have this beast though, and they can use it to hit over or use the effect to get rid of our Armed Wing. We do have another Vayu engraved though, so we're good. Armor Master's coming out, and now we're hitting over this. And what did they even draw? A Battle Fade. Okay, yeah, this can save them for a turn. If they draw a Caius, that would be good. Now we even have the Dark Necrophia. Like, a lot of these Darks are themed as well. So, Necrophia working out here. As to drop a Battle Fader. Yeah, but their hand doesn't protect them, and so they just surrender. Okay, this was the first duel with the deck, so we won against the Reptilian deck. Next one, we can refresh these while we're at it. Pause, and refresh into pause. So, but we're interested in this one. Yeah, original deck list again. Here I just summon a Krabins and see what they want to do. As they have a Necro Valley. And as soon as this dropped, I was like, yeah, what are we going to do? We don't have MST, we don't have Heavy. We don't have Ryko or any of that. Like, Snipe Hunter is our only auto descent. Everything in this deck revolves around the graveyard. Like, this Necro Valley shuts us down completely. We can do this. Try to run over the Spy, but they bounce it. And yeah, now the Sirocco can't even hit over anything. I decided to trade here, but they don't even let me do this. Run over the Sirocco and our hands, yeah. I mean, we have a Gauze, which is helpful, but now they have the Royal Tribute and we have to discard our entire hand. So we get washed so hard. I think here the problem of the deck is showing, like, if you can floodgate this, like, what are we supposed to do? Yeah, we get shut down completely here. I think I just go for fast forward. A Merchant, which they don't even let us keep, so yes. Okay, next up. So we know we want to go kind of fast, so they get rid of the Whale. Get a Necro Valley, and at this point, I think they can even run this over. Yeah, and another Royal Tribute, and the game is basically over again. You have a Plague, which would be useful. It wasn't for the Necro Valley, and now even if we draw a Snipe Hunter, we don't even have a hand card to get rid of the Necro Valley. Veil of Darkness could help to draw. Like, Veil of Darkness, the nice part about this, it is that you can draw, like, this can kind pseudo tutor Snipe Hunter, because you can discard until you get the Snipe Hunter, but as I said, without a second hand card, it's not worth it. So I made some changes to this deck after these. Here we go. Okay, what did I change? I got rid... Okay, maybe we look at this first. Okay, my main problem was that a lot of these cards are kind of dead in the starting hand, so I wanted to reduce this. Dark Necrophia is a really cool card. I kind of feel bad to have to cut it, but the fact that it's only 2200 attack and it's dead in your starting hand most of the time, and also I mean, yeah, I mean the equipping effects, like your opponent can kind of play around it, like they know that it's going to happen and they cannot choose a good timing to get rid of it. Like, it's still a good effect. Maybe Dark Necrophile should stay, but yeah. This one, also a really interesting card, but the fact that it needs to deal battle damage and is like you have to tribute something. Yeah, to activate the effect. No, it doesn't do battle damage. Just destroy an opponent's monster by battle. I think, yeah, it makes it a bit better, right? It does make it a bit better, but yeah. When I want to have tribute monsters, I think Caius is the way better one to deal with like the spot removal. Like this deck is, it is really lacking spot removal. Like not only for floodgates, but even more importantly, not even more, but also for key cards from your opponent, like a future fusion that is about to resolve, or Black Whirlwind, or Gate of the Six, or however that card is called, from or Necro Valley, as we just saw. Like there are some important cards that you really want to hit. Also, Caius is just amazing. Caius gets you the advantage immediately. This one can get bottomless, it can get deprisoned, mirror forced, stopped by a Necro Gardener. Like Caius hits the field, and if they don't have like how's it called? The counter trap. Forgot the name that you cite, especially for the monarchs. Or a Shadows or a Solemn, stuff like that. Like you have to hit Caius really specifically. Like this one is way easier to intercept. Book of Moon is enough as well. So yeah, I decided if I want to have tribute monsters, Caius is better. Jinso, I might have cut it down to 1. Pitch Black Warwolf, it's cute, but it doesn't do enough on its own. Then also, I like Chaos Necromancer. I'm not sure if I added the second one, because Chaos Necromancer also has the problem that it's kind of dead in your starting hand. But like if your graveyard is set up, this card can be really scary, but if not. Then Skull Lair is interesting if you draw it from Magical Merchant or Veil of Darkness and have a bunch in your graveyard. You can use this as removal. But the fact that your opponent knows about it, like you draw it and then you set it, so your opponent kind of has ways to play around it. So that's something I don't really like about Skull Lair. So I got rid of that as well. In the side deck, I think there are options like Dark Arm Dragon. I don't really know when I would ever side this in, because a Merchant Mill or even like a Veil of Darkness could work out to make it live, but I think most of the times we are over 3 Darks in graveyard so fast that Dark Arm Dragon, if you draw it later, it's dead. You can use it with Phantom of Chaos, but I think that's not enough here. Dark Samorg, also a card which is interesting, but we can't really even special summon it because we don't have wind monsters. Yes, we can special it with the Dark Creator, and then it's really good, so you could consider it. Same as Chaos Sorcerer. There are no lights in this. Like, yeah, Magical Merchant's the only light, so that's not enough in my opinion. Yeah. So I got rid of a bunch of these side deck cards. Here, I'm pretty sure I added a starter string. And yeah, let's have a look what I changed. Right, so here you see the double Caius. I cut down the Jinso. Then I added, in my opinion, kind of interesting tech card, which is the Destiny Hero Dasher. Because Dasher is, like with Veil of Darkness, that's a pretty good combo. Like, if you have Veil of Darkness and draw this, send it to the graveyard, then you can just draw until you have something you want to special summon with Dasher, because Dasher activates in the draw phase. Wait, I make my head a bit smaller. Yeah, when you draw a monster during your draw phase, and Veil of Darkness kind of lets you draw all of this. So you can draw, and if you draw something that you want a special of Destiny Hero Dasher, like a Jinzo, like a Dark Nephthys, maybe even a Gorse or a Snipe Hunter, or something that you want to tribute for a Caius, yeah, you can just go for it. So I think this combination of Veil of Darkness and Destiny Hero Dasher is pretty good, and maybe we should even play 2 Destiny Hero Dashers. What else did I change? Yeah, second Necromancer. I kept 2 Battle Faders for Caiuses and Jinzo. And yeah, like I said, the Dark Necrophere, also the, what's the name of it? The Belial Marquise of Darkness didn't do enough for me. Like, yeah, you could think about it, because now that we have a Dasher even, we can special summon it a bit easier. Because otherwise your only hope is to get it to grave and then use the Dark Creator. But yeah, so this were my main changes. Like, I kept down these bricks in the starting hand a bit, added a Dasher. And then also for the, also instead of Skull Lair, we are now playing Mystical Space Typhoon to get rid of floodgates that can be pesky. Also, Veil of Darkness, Magical Merchants kinda help in finding the Mystical Space Typhoon. Then in the side deck, I also added Heavy Storm and Twister for even more removal. I also considered playing Monster Reincarnation, because this can help get you the right Dark from the graveyard. Like, if you want to have the Rainbow Dark Dragon for a big push, or if you want to have the Dark Creator to swarm the field, if you need your Snipe Hunter back for spot removal, whatever it is. Also, I just saw a Mystic Tomato can help find a Snipe Hunter, because Snipe Hunter is also good spot removal, and further access to the Snipe Hunter, in my opinion, is important. You could also get out a Krebins to stop their attacks, and then Synchro next turn, get you a Phantom of Chaos in case you have the Dark Creator. And interestingly enough, I just realized, why did I add the Dark Armed Dragon to the main deck? Probably mainly because of Phantom of Chaos, but I don't know if that's worth it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, with Veil of Darkness, you can make this live. I mean, you can pitch it and then use it with Phantom of Chaos, which you can get with Mystic Tomato. Questionable choice, I will be honest. Yeah. Okay, I think I talked enough about these changes. Also, maybe, wait. Seems like I forgot to make one change. I think it's probably this one that has to go. And then we get a Stardust Dragon. Yeah. So let's do this. Yeah, the Stardust Dragon is important, so we have a level 8 Dark in case we want to do like Rainbow Dark Dragon shenanigans. Also, Stardust Dragon is so good. Sideboard, spot removal, Grave Scrubber. A deck Devi, because we have a lot of Darks that fulfill the condition. I decided to only run 1 because, yeah, siding 2 is kind of questionable. I realized I usually just want to have 1 and then find it with Magical Merchant or Veil of Darkness. Another Jinzo for matchups where it matters. Brain Golem could be another good Dark Tribute summon. This one, Invader of Darkness, can be really good against Glads because they have a lot of quick draw spells. This one, I think, is a little bit better than the Dark. How was it called? Harsh Knight? Forgot the name. Dark. Wait, we have to save this to keep the Stardust. Dark Knight Parshat, this was the name. Yeah, I like this one a little bit more because it just does piercing damage and your opponent discards. Breaker for even more spot removal. Doesn't help against Shadow Trizzling Mirror or Mirror Skildring. This one does though, because... Oh, does it? This one helps against Skildring at least. This one against Frogs. And here we have, protection against Soul Release. Can use it against Frogs. Like, it's a good card and it's a dark. Okay, yeah, these are the changes that we made, and now I have 3 replays for you where we can see how these play out. Let's do it like this. We have a Sengen, and we just poke with it. Also, we go for the Veil of Darkness, which now works out. Veil of Darkness? No. I decided to not even use it because I wanted to tribute this for Sengen and then banish this. And well, funnily enough, this is also Gravekeeper Spy, so we might be against Gravekeepers. Yeah, we were kind of wondering. I was wondering, does Sengen miss timing here? But I think it doesn't because it starts a new chain, right? But because it says when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, like it's a when, so it should be able to miss timing, but let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. Okay. So, their turn, they go for the Spy, get the Descendant, get the Bellum, but we have a Battle Fader to stop them, which is kind of good here. They synchro off into Arcanites, use it to destroy our field, and now they're really up in card advantage. We can send a Plague, and yeah, okay, it's a Murphos, that's amazing, and now we can make a level 6, which would be Gojo, and now we can steal something. Decided against the Arcanite Magician because it's, yeah, free of spell counters anyway. As they just said a bunch, get the Bubble Man, special summon it, use Magical Fusion, go to Gaia, steal our attack and attack over the Gojo Guardian. They had something engraved, no I didn't. No Necro Gardener engraved, so we gotta wait for it. Now we use, oh no, the Plague Sweater was banished, I just missed that. I set Mystic Tomato because this will help find something, but they destroyed with a Ryko. Run over their own descendants, and yeah, I decided to go for Shiroko first. Yeah, because they are kind of low. They had a Solemn so early, lost a bunch there. And so I was like, okay, I'm not winning the carded bench. Like a good Merchant Mill would help, but I rather take this damage and put them this low, so maybe we can sneak the win away from them. Not by card advantage, but by getting rid of their life points. Here we do have to just hope. And yeah, what do we go? Okay, Veil of Darkness. Do we have a Vayu engrave? We don't have a Vayu yet. This is, yeah. We sniped the new back row, which is a Limit Reverse, which could have gotten, I don't know, Ryko, I guess. Yeah, now we do get the Vayu. If it gets to the graveyard and we survive, that would be good. Stratos pops our Veil of Darkness, so no big mill for us. But with the Vayu, like, they said another one, but I'm like, okay, this has to be fake. And I have to risk it anyway. If we don't win this turn, they will probably win. And so we just, yeah, it's all fake, you see? And Braincon, they can't even use them more because we put them under 800. So we attack over that and we win, even though we were behind for so many cards. Also, let's become a bit bigger again. Okay, let's get the next replay, or the next battle of the match. They open up Future Fusion, sent a Bubbleman and a Stratos. I don't know why Stratos. If they have a way to get it out of the graveyard, sure. Here we Prio, send Plague and Dasher. I really like Dasher, like I said, in combination with Veil of Darkness. Pretty cool. We attack. Their back row is, it's not fake. Again, it's a Torrential. But it's decided to keep that for now. Yeah, I decided to go for Caius to get rid of the Future Fusion, so we don't have to deal with an absolute 0. Now they decide to Torrential. And here we get the Veil of Darkness. Like, this time we have real back row, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's too much for Darkham, but we can just pitch it and then maybe be drawn to a Phantom of Chaos. So we just continue to draw stuff, like Doomsday Horror doesn't do anything yet. Shiroko is nice in the graveyard, third Doomsday Horror, so we can't use that. And here I decided to keep the Necromancer. No, I didn't. I got another, yeah, right. My idea was I can use the Dark Creator and then get the Necromancer that way, out of the grave. Kind of curious why they don't use Bottomless here, but they probably are hoping for a big Mirror Force and want to hold on to the Bottomless. Here I go for the Caius, and fortunately I hit the Mirror Force, not the Bottomless, so that was kind of lucky. They get rid of the Caius though, just attack them. Which in hindsight, which when I did, I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Like, they have Gauze, that would have been bad, like, better use the Dark Creator next turn or keep it safe, and then we revive something like this Chaos Necromancer, which has 3600 attack right now. And they just forfeit on us. What was their hand? Descendant, Everest, Trunate, Mind Control, Everest. Yeah. So yeah, won the first one. Next, Duel. Let's go with this fast. Here we have, we just said a value, tributed for Caius. Like, Legacy, Caius does so much. And this was kind of a shame, because, like, when this happened, I was like, come on. Really? Really? A DD Survivor? So I banished the DD Survivor, which just comes back. Like, this is the worst target that you can hit with a Caius, probably. They use the Exiled Force, and they also hit us with the Macrocosmos, so they are floodgating us again, just like when we played the original list against this Gravekeeper deck. Let's see if we can, but this time we at least have something for it, which is more than just one Snipe Hunter. We have a Veil of Darkness, we have a Jinzo. Yeah, Jinzo is the first card that comes to mind here. So yeah, Jinzo was in the original list as well, so yeah, now we have Veil of Darkness, so we can dig for maybe a Snipe Hunter, set up our graveyard. They do have a Cyber Dragon, which is really, really unfortunate, because this allows them to get rid of our Jinzo, make their traps live again, and hit us for 2k. Also go +1, card advantage. Here we unfortunately don't draw a Dark that we can pitch with Veil of Darkness, but we do draw a Magical Merchant. Also, yeah, here we weren't sure, like, the Jinzo negates the Macrocosmos, so when they fusioned off the Cyber Dragon and the Jinzo, do they get banished or do they go to graveyard? We decided that they probably get banished, because the moment Jinzo leaves the field, Macrocosmos is live again, but I wasn't sure, like, maybe it goes, like, Macrocosmos is negated when they get fusioned off, so they'll go to graveyard. If you know that, let me know in the comments. I would be curious about how this is ruled. Morphing Jar, I would have loved Shiroko and Necro Gardener in the graveyard, but get banished. We do have a Doomsday Horror, which could, like, we have 2 more on deck, which could help us get these back. We draw 5, and yeah, they do have the Breaker to get rid of the Veil of Darkness, but we do have a Magical Merchant. And let's hope for a big mill, but all these mills get banished, so it's not even worth it. Yeah, this would have been a really good mill, but since everything got banished, it wasn't. But we did dig to the Mystical Space Typhoon. So, like I said, Mystical Space Typhoon, kinda like it. Yeah, so I think I do this here. Yeah, I hope for another mill, this time with the chance to get rid of the Macrocosm, so when they attacked, I used the Mystical Space Typhoon to shoot the Macrocosmos, but they had Dark Bribe, so Yeah. This is probably GG. Another Doomsday Horror. So like drawing a Doomsday Horror here would have been amazing. And as you can see, we even decked out. Yeah, Doomsday Horror would put all these banished cards back. So yeah, that would have been a good option. And our deck is empty, so I just forfeit. Go into the next replay. Let's go fast again. We open up a Veil of Darkness, which seems to be sticking this time around. Get another Veil of Darkness. Like, our hand isn't really giving something. Like, I don't want to set the Doomsday Horror here. So, yeah. We do get... Okay, now we get to Merchant, as they have a Nobleman and we're just dead. Should I have set the Doomsday Horror maybe to save some life points, but I think at this point it wouldn't even have mattered. So we lose. Yeah, so the deck still needs some work, apparently. Let's get into the rest, not the rest, in the last replay. Okay, here we use the Veil of Darkness again, and we have a big draw. We get another Veil of Darkness, and also, even if we wouldn't have drawn Veil of Darkness, I probably would have stopped drawing off of Veil of Darkness, because now we had 3 Darks in grave. And we could use the Dark-Armed Dragon, but they had a Fiendish Chain, so that's unfortunate. Here we just tributed off, use Caius to banish a Dandelion. I said trade in. So this looks like Amaryllis, but Fiendish Chain. Ah, no, this is the Team Starlight Road. Yeah, this is the Team Starlight Road deck. The planned continuous trap plus... what else was in there? We'll see. Yeah, let's see if we can beat the Team Starlight Road deck. Shoutouts to them. They always showcase really cool decks. Now we got to the Dasher to grave. Fortunately, we draw a Space Typhoon right here, right now. Chaos Necromancer, 6 monsters in graveyard, so it's already not a small guy no more. We set a Mystical Space Typhoon just in case they have another Fiendish Chain. And now we can use the Veil of Darkness to make our guy even bigger. Just attack here. They have a Debris, set a Magical Merchant. They want to get Titanium with Miracle Fertilizer, but we do have the Mystical Space Typhoon, which, yeah, they were a bit fast here. So, and now we can pitch, and we have the Bios, and at this point, our Chaos Necromancer is really menacing. Now we can even get the Magical Merchant, and I do have Scapegoat though. So we mill and mill and mill, and our Chaos Necromancer gets to 5,100 attack. So we are in a pretty good spot. They do have the Scapegoats though, who can kill 2. Magic Planter allows them to draw a bunch. And here they get, they get Plasma, which is really annoying. Because now our Necromancer's at 0 attack. And yeah, this Plasma is a big problem. We can use the Vayu from Graveyard though to get to the Blackwing Armed Wing. And yeah, they just forfeit here. And also ended the duel, quit, so... yeah, that's our victory. Yeah, as you see, or as I showed you, adding a Mystical Space Typhoon, which you can semi-search with Merchant and Veil of Darkness, helps the deck a lot in my opinion, helps you game 1 against any type of bad matchups. And then we also have Heavy Storm and Twister in the side deck now, as well as Breakers and Grave Scrimmers, which work under Skill Drain. So yeah, the spot removal I think is kind of important to have. Also, I reduced the amount of bricks a little bit. I introduced the Dark Arm Dragon into the main deck though. Also, I'm kind of wondering if we want to have better like stuff to special summon of Dasher, because right now the best you can summon is the Dark Nephthys, which is good, but it's the only good. Like, yeah, Jinzo also good. Caius just a beat stick, doesn't get its effect if it's special summoned. Gors, we probably rather want to have in hand as well. So yeah, maybe it's something like we have the Invader of Darkness in the side. Maybe this could go to the main. It's a big guy. It's over Gojo Guardian. Disabled Space Typhoon and Book of Moon and Shrink and I don't know what else. Limiter removal. So yeah, in some matchups there are some cards that can't be activated. Maybe Mephisto even. So yeah, maybe we want to have more, like 1 or 2 more targets for Destiny Hero Dasher. But then again, we don't want to have too many bricks, and just summon anything to tribute it off for Caius is also a good deal. So maybe a second Dasher even. Yeah. Deck, it will always have problems with certain floodgates because it's so all in on one strategy. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sold for the Doomsday Horror. Like maybe reduce this to just 1 copy or keep it to the side. Because as you saw, it did nothing in all these matches. So yeah, I don't know. The Rainbow Dark Dragon, also a card you could cut because it's just a beat stick, and yeah, the banishing doesn't do too much. Like, if we make this a Grand Marju deck, but Grand Marju then again, a Weight of Darkness, like, yeah, maybe a Grand Marju in the side, and then you banish a lot. Also, you could play, how's it called? It's called The End? The Beginning of the End. This is also a card you could play here. Drawing 3 is really good, but it's always the question, what do you want to draw into and what can these cards do? Like, what's the best you can do? Like, summon a pretty big Chaos Necromancer, Dark Creator, and then get back, I don't know, Vayu stuff. But most of this, what we have, is just beat sticks. Like, if you can't stop beat sticks, this deck has trouble. Like, Caius and Jinzo, they can kind of floodgate and spot removal, like Snipe Hunter as well, but yeah, the fact that you have to discard so much, kind of questionable. So Synchro plays, yeah, we have Plague Spreader and Kravens, but it's not really a Synchro deck, so yeah, it's lacking. For me, it's lacking, like, the 2 main problems, like I said. The first is that we are so all in that some floodgates are really hard to deal with. The second is that we lack a really hard win con, because we're only going to summon beat sticks. But yeah, nevertheless, the deck is really fun, and I think there is something here, like the tutoring of Veil of Darkness, the fact that you can draw and draw and draw, and if you have a Destiny Hero Dasher in graveyard, you can even draw until you draw something that you want to special summon. I think that's really, yeah, that's really interesting. Like, Dasher, this could also work. How's this? Is this Tethys? How do you even? This one, I think? Yeah, this one, like in the Fairy deck, maybe Dasher's also attack. Because with Tethys, you can draw, and if you got a Christia, you just drop it on the field. So, I think Dasher is an interesting card. It's really good at graveyard. So, yeah, if you have any ideas what to improve in this deck, let me know in the comments. And if you liked this type of content, like a deck doctor, also let me know in the comments, and I might make this a regular series on the channel. I had fun playing the original list. I had fun putting my own twist and spin on it. And yeah, we'll have fun reading your comments about ideas or improvement suggestions. And yeah, if you want to see that in the future, if you want to see new decks that I built myself, subscribe, leave a like for the algorithm, and see you in the next one. Bye.